Hold on, there are sirens. Oh, that wind must have blown someone out a window.
Yes, that must be why there's sirens.
Or a kite got away. No, Charlie Brown!
Not the kite! A child's attached to it. It's flying through the air. Woo! Hello, everybody, and welcome to Book Retorts Winter Bazaar.
Woo, so bizarre.
Woo, so bizarre. I'm Danielle.
I'm Sam.
And this is the podcast where one of us explains a weird piece of media to the other who has no experience with it.
That's me, Danielle. I'm like no experience, like a brand new fire truck you get on Christmas. Stick some batteries in me and I make lots of noise.
Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah, that's the exact noise I make.
Yes, that noise. This has nothing to do with fire trucks, but everything
What?
to do with Christmas. So we're a little belated, but you know what? G-Force called to me and I wasn't able to get this in before the holidays.
When G-Force calls, you answer.
It's true, though.
Yeah, no question.
Still one of my favorite episodes. Can't take it away from me.
It's great to have peak so early.
Peak early. It's 200 episodes in.
I guess. It makes the rest of our work, I guess, seem meaningless.
There's always another favorite episode, Sam.
That's very positive outlook, Danielle. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Anyway, today
what are we doing now?
We're doing a 2025 movie.
Whoa, new, fresh. We're on the hot button.
So fresh. I know your Jonas Brothers movie, and now my movie, and this movie's called. Yeah, this movie's called My Secret Santa.
I can think of a few ways this can go, and I don't like any of them.
And none of the ways that you think it's going to go are going to be
If someone doesn't have Santa kidnapped and tied up in their basement, then I don't want to hear about it.
Oh, that'd be a better plot. Sadly, that is not quite what happens.
Uh-oh.
All right. I'm not going to send you a summary only because the summary, there's no way to give you a summary that doesn't tell you the plot of this. Yeah, it's just one of those movies and you'll get to the plot very quickly. So it's not like I'm staving it off for very long.
I'll let it slide this time, Danielle. Because you're on thin ice. Like a Santa Claus ice skating in a park.
Yeah, I would hope the park has not thin ice.
Well, it depends on the Santa Claus, I suppose.
Santa Claus is historically quite large.
This has been History of Santa Claus with Danielle.
I would hope that if they have ice skating in a park, that the ice is thick enough to sustain any size person.
Well, it's not like they police who gets onto the lake or not, right?
I guess. Sure. Anyway,
Okay.
Opening this movie,
we're diving right in.
Cue a bakery. There's multiple staff decorating cookies as our lead. I don't know her name. She's walking amongst them. She's clearly doing some kind of quality check, and she picks up a Santa cookie.
Can I get a quality checker at a bakery? Like, tastes like a cookie to me. Send it out.
Yeah, I don't know what her actual job is. I don't know if she's a manager of some kind. It is not that relevant to the plot.
I just want to be a cookie QA person.
Yes, I'm sure they exist, but I also think they're probably just like a management. This isn't a factory setting. It's just like 6 people decorating cookies at a small-ish
dog food
bakery.
brands have official dog food taste testers. I can be a cookie taste tester. Call me Keebler.
You probably get really tired of cookies really quickly.
Danielle, please. That's not possible.
I don't know. I'm pretty tired of cookies after this season.
This is because you have no fortitude.
That's possible. Anyway, so our main character, she picks up a Santa cookie and takes it over to a coworker, telling her she found another one. The other doesn't see what's wrong with it, and I agree. But the main character says that it clearly looks depressed. The Santa.
Is there a face on the Santa? I'm confused. How detailed are these cookies?
It's like a royal icing cookie, so it's got a whole Santa vibe and little pursed lips, which I thought was kind of adorable.
I'm thinking maybe she's depressed and projected it onto the cookies.
That's basically what the lady says. Like, sounds like you need a vacation. Anyway, they're interrupted by Mr. Klotz of Klotz Cookies, because I'm pretty sure that's the name of the company. I did not double check that. And
but if you have a name like Klotz, you're going to do 2 things with it. You're going to name your son Roger, and you're going to open a place called Klotz Cookies.
He pulls her aside And he
on, that was
lets her
great.
know. It was great. Good job, Sam.
You know what? I don't need your pity. I know what I'm doing well, even if you don't appreciate it.
Great reference. So he pulls her aside, our mystery person, and lets her know that store-bought cookies sales have reached an all-time low.
What? Like we're both shocked by that. Not the cookies! The cookie industry is failing! The economy's in a tailspin!
And unfortunately, they need to downsize, and I guess quality control is out the window.
I mean, that tracks. When companies need to downsize, the first thing to go is like quality control. That makes a lot of sense. Welcome to corporate America.
Yeah, he's trying to be like empathetic, and he's like, there's never a good time for this sort of thing. And she's like, so you picked Christmas?
I mean, she's not wrong.
And he's having this conversation just off to the side of the other employees. Like, they're
You wanna bring her
clearly
to the
listening
office or whatever?
in. Yeah, and it's midday.
Ugh.
It's not even like at the end of the day or something. It's
Trash
yeah.
manager.
Wild. So she makes her way home in her very old van, stopping in front of her apartment complex and looking at a photo of who is presumably her and her daughter on a mountain in snowboarding gear. And she looks sadly at it and is like, oh no, just before Christmas, you know? And she heads into her apartment. The flooring squeaks in front of a very hardcore decorated apartment door, and she cringes before a woman pops her head out, reminding her that rent is overdue for the fourth month in a row.
Who is she? Spider-Man from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movies?
Yes.
Hey, I'm full of
Wildly
it today.
specific. Didn't even, Roger Klotz, you just let fly through the air like everybody's gonna understand it.
Everyone knows who Roger Klotz is.
Spider-Man, you had to specify.
There are so many Spider-Mens. Was it the Sam Raimi Spider-Mens? Was it the Andrew Garfield Spider-Mens? Was it the new modern Spider-Mens? We don't know. It was the animated Spider-Mens. You gotta be specific.
I just wanted to make sure the listeners understood exactly which Spider-Man this woman was.
Which Spider-Mens this is representing, yes.
So our lead apologizes, telling her she had to put a new carburetor in her van and her daughter wanted a new snowboard for Christmas.
Carburetor? What is it, 1980s?
I don't know. Her van is pretty old. And Dora Lee, the super, says it sounds like not her problem in the key of, I don't care, which harsh but true.
I mean, I didn't need this snark, but thank you for your lack of empathy.
She also sings I don't care, which is pretty great.
Okay, well, points back for style.
So Zoe, this is her daughter, screams from their apartment, and our lead turns to look, rushing off down the hall, calling her name.
How old is Zoe?
Teenager, 15.
Okay, so not like 8-year-old or something.
No, the Dora Lee yells that the daughter in distress thing is getting pretty old, but our lead rushes into her apartment. But Zoe is just very excited because she's got into the Sun Peaks Snowboard Academy. It's a very prestigious academy, and she's on her way to becoming a professional snowboarder. That's her dream.
Oh, okay, got it. So X Games, here we come.
Yes.
Although are those still a thing?
I don't know. The Winter
Maybe
Olympics are.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, all right, sure. Let's go with that. I'm trying to figure out where to target my references, how 90s I should go with them right now.
In our 2025 movie.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, upon looking at the acceptance letter, they realize it is way out of budget. And
Yeah, of course. It's a racket.
Zoe's like, oh, I didn't realize it was going to cost that much. And never mind, it's fine. I didn't want to go anyway.
I want to crush my dreams. That's okay.
Yeah, this simultaneously feels like the most 15-year-old thing to do, apply for something she didn't check the price on, even though it's surely on their website. But also, given that her daughter is apparently into rent cons with her mother, pretending to be in distress so she can, like, get out of a conversation with the super, it feels unlikely that she wouldn't realize that money was an issue.
Wait, so you're saying, maybe I misinterpreted this, but when Dora Lee, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, was like doing that, I thought she was just being mean and like maybe her daughter screams a lot. I didn't think they were actually like pulling
I took
scams.
it to be like, it sounded like she'd used her daughter being in distress to get out of a conversation before. That's what it felt like.
You know what?
Could be wrong.
If I had a daughter, I'd put her to work too. That's great use for them. Oh, no, I can't talk about this. I gotta go. My daughter's screaming. Scream.
Texts her. Like, pretend you're in pain.
Fake a heart attack. Wait, you're too young for that.
Her mom assures Zoe, of course, that she'll figure it out.
Of course.
So the next scene is our lead. I still don't know her name, by the way. They keep referring to her as Miss Jacobson and Mom, so I don't know.
But is her name Zora the Elder?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Mom Jacobson.
Okay, because I was going to say, if you named her daughter Zoe, if she was Zora the Elder, or Zora the Elder.
Yeah, I have a funny story about her actual name when we get there, so...
Ooh, funny. That's
Yeah,
not our style.
The next scene is our lead taking in a box full of records to a record store trying to sell them.
That's not going to be worth much. I'm sorry, audiophiles, but no.
Exactly. The buyer states that she doesn't have much and she's appalled, and a cute man looks over, caught by the conversation, and snags a record from her pile.
Oh, he's a secret Santa.
He tells the owner that surely the record he has is worth more. It's the Screaming Kittens, and they're a local legend.
No. Wait, no.
Such a
How
good
easy was it
thing.
to get a record pressed in whatever time those were made?
I don't know the answer to that. It's great though. I love the Screaming Kittens. I wish we got to hear their music.
I was
going to
ask if they played any of that's really sad then. Because I like to imagine the Screaming Kittens is like the dogs that bark jingle bells. It's just actual screaming cats recorded onto a record as a novelty song.
It's definitely not. It's like a teenage girl and two guys that are a band.
No, that's just the cover. That's just there to sell. The actual record is
okay.
cats. Yeah.
Okay, but it's not because we quickly learn what they are.
Oh, boo! My answer better.
So the main lead, the woman, scoffs and is like, come on, they only made like one album, which seems to her detriment, really. I don't know why she's arguing with the guy who was like trying to upsell her records to the store owner.
wait, I thought it was the store owner arguing with him, but it's Zoe's
no, it's like this
mother?
it's this handsome stranger that's there. He picks it up. He's like, Screaming Kittens, I can't believe you're not giving her more money for
and
this.
She's like, no,
and then
I
she's
don't think
like,
it's worth that much. I agree with the store owner.
Yeah, like, oh, they only made one album. They're not that popular.
Zoe's
anyways.
mom's going to advocate for herself. She's got to do better than this.
That's a real thing.
That's insane. Don't argue with the handsome stranger trying to get you more money from the stingy record shop owner.
Yeah. And so the handsome stranger is like, no, have you heard this thing? It rocks. The lead singer is amazing. They inspired me to learn guitar and sing.
That's a very talented cat.
Yes. But he suddenly realizes, the handsome stranger, that the woman on the cover of the album, who is like, I don't know, 16, 17, 18 years old on the cover of this album,
her?
with bright blue hair and an art style in a complete, it's like this weird
he does not think that's Zoe's mom and recognize her.
It's the woman in front of him. It's Zoe's mom.
Nonsense.
Her name is Taylor Jacobson, we find out.
Is this the funny story?
Oh, funny story. I heard Tanner, and I'm still not 100% sure that isn't true this very first time that I heard her name, and my whole notes for like pages said Tanner, and then I realized it was Taylor.
It could be either way, honestly. You didn't check the credits, did you?
No. It could be.
Okay,
it could
we
be
don't
Tanner.
know. It could be mystery. We'll never know. Lost of the ages.
Yeah.
But that's nonsense. No.
Oh, it doesn't look remotely like her. I don't understand at all how he figured that out.
Why is she selling her like worthless record from her childhood? Like not her childhood, but like her this is like a memorabilia to her, right?
Yes, but she's
surely
desperate.
It's worth way more to her than it is to the record store owner. And then she's a little like, "Oh yeah, they suck," and like this will make the whole interaction to this point make less sense.
We kind of get into it a little bit, her feelings about her past, but
okay.
yeah, I think she's just like trying to make money in any way she can. I mean, obviously she's probably the first time that she sold records, but now she's like strapped for cash.
Sure.
So anyway, this is, again, he starts to fanboy. This is where we learn he has apparently very impressive skills to associate faces to pictures. I don't know. I'm impressed.
Does he work for like a police sketch artist or whatnot?
He does not.
Well,
he asked her what she's doing now, and she's like, well, I'm talking to strange men in record stores, I guess. And he apologizes for being all up in her business, and he steps aside. The record store owner offers her $100 for the box of records, and the man is like, no, I'm so sorry, I have to step back into this conversation, but this is a record, like this is a collector's item. $100 is an insult.
Give her money.
She's worth more than that.
This dude is either put up some money or get out of her business.
I have feelings about this guy later. We will get into them.
Oh no.
So the record store owner bumps it up to $150 and she leaves.
Why is the record store owner listening to this guy?
I don't know. So the handsome stranger asks the record store owner if he should go after her, and the guy's like, I believe so, and he dashes off after her.
And he's probably just saying they get rid of him, right?
Maybe. I'll be honest, the plot of this, absolute nonsense. I wouldn't say the script's strong overall, but the conversation parts of the script, on point. They are very funny, actually.
Okay.
Like the way that the leads have chemistry, I felt like all the conversation was very funny.
The dialogue's good. The story itself, nonsense.
Yeah, even the teenager does her lines super well. Like everything's just,
okay.
It's fun to watch.
That is a bonus. I'll give it that.
So he dashes off after her and he catches her out on the sidewalk and he asks her out for hot chocolate. It's clear she's very charmed by this whole interaction, but she declines the invitation.
Sure. I mean, strange man who harassed me in a record store, that's not like immediately cranking your engine. Who knew?
He didn't harass her. He was all like into her. So, you know.
Okay. Butting in though, uninvited.
Yes. But he did, to be fair, get her $50 more. So, you know, that's a win.
Okay. Yeah, but, you know, if he's like, and maybe this is backseat storytelling, whatever. Welcome to our podcast. I'm sorry. But
that's what we should have been called. What were we thinking, Sam?
Backseat story. That's hard to say. I want to say backdoor storytelling, which is very different. But why didn't they, if they wanted to make him charming and helpful, why didn't he say, I'll give you $50 for the Screaming Kittens record, the collector's item?
I really thought he was going to buy it at the end or something, and he didn't. I also was very
give it back to her or something like that, yeah.
Or just like buy it himself, like he was all excited about it existing. Yeah. You think he would have bought it?
I mean, it would have been really scuzzy if he got to sell the record and then bought it really cheap from the record store owner instead of just giving her the money.
$10 for it.
Yeah, exactly. But if he said to her, I'll give you $20, I'll give you $30 if you sign it or whatever, that'd be a charming thing. But the record doesn't come back at all?
The record does not come back at all.
That's weird.
He's a charming actor. I just have problems with his character, which we'll get into in
Okay. I just think that's a weird story beat to have the record thing come up and then nothing come of it.
Yeah, I mean, her music career is relevant to the story,
sure.
But the fact that this record specifically, nothing. It has nothing to do with anything. No.
Maybe I'm overthinking it. But anyway, go on.
So the next scene, cut to, we seem to be at what I assume is her brother's apartment, but could be a costume shop because there is a lot of costuming and things, paints, makeups. It looks like they have a whole room full of costume making supplies.
Okay, impressive.
Yeah, so it's her brother and I assume his husband or a close roommate who is also wearing a wedding ring. It's very unclear. And they mentioned that they start building their Halloween costumes on November 1st, and she thinks that's adorable. So they clearly are a match made in heaven, whoever these two people are.
It's the right time to do it. They're at the right idea. If you're going to do any holiday early, it should be Halloween, not Christmas.
Yeah, they're all in. So they offer... Her brother offers her money, but backtracks when they realize how much it costs. They're like, "Oh, I can't give you that much money. Whatever amount that is, it's a mystery amount. We never find out."
$10 million.
And the other brother is like, "Zoe will understand." And she's like, "No, Zoe's had to understand since she was in diapers. This isn't fair to her. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get the money." I'm like, "Honey, you gotta pay rent. You don't have time to be worrying about whether or not your 15-year-old daughter gets to go to snowboard camp. I mean, that's great, but also rent and food."
Yeah,
you don't have a job.
Priorities, lady.
I feel for her, but...
I know tasting cookies was your dream job, but you gotta move on.
Yeah, it's wild. So Taylor laments all of this to her family, and they are looking over the website. She's showing them what Zoe wants to do. And the brother realizes that it's 50% off for a family of staff at Sun Peaks Ski Resort.
So he's suggesting they should get a job at the resort so they can half off on this summer camp, or I said summer camp, snowboarding camp.
He doesn't quite say that, but he's just like, hey, it's 50% off. And then she comes up with the idea, yes, I should get a job there. Maybe if I get a job, I could afford it. Which begs the question.
Half of whatever it is still way too much.
Well, apparently she's like, I can swing that, whatever that amount is. She says that's a lot of zeros when she sees it the first time. So is it
I was gonna say
$5,000? Is it, and she can do $2,500, but why can she do $2,500 but not it's mystery amount. I don't understand the amount.
It's hard for me to fathom an amount that is completely out of reach, but half of which is totally doable.
Yeah. That's what we find out.
Especially in this situation. Maybe if you weren't I have a budget or whatever, and this now fits to my budget, but you have no budget right now. You have no money.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she's got a little bit of savings set aside, but she hasn't paid rent on time in 4 months, so we're assuming she's living paycheck to paycheck, I would imagine.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Just like Spider-Man from Sam Raimi's Spider-Mans.
Okay. Well, anyway, all of this, when he sees the website...
Same movie.
My immediate thought was, this camp is supposed to be top of the line, hard to get into. She's thrilled that she made it in.
But anybody with the money or who works there could just get in.
But apparently, yeah, if you work there, your kid can get in for 50% off. What? What?
That's not very
Are there
prestigious.
Are there that many people work at the ski resort where their kid is so good a snowboarder that they qualify for this program?
That's insane. They like test you like, before we hire you, we need to make sure your child is up to our standards.
And it's on their website, like to the point where there's so much interest from the staff that it
if I
seems
go to,
relevant.
like, the Gap website, I don't see the employee discount on their website.
Weird.
Like, hi, welcome to the Gap. Buy our jeans. By the way, if you work here, it's like 30% off. Like, what? Who does that?
This whole
That's very
interaction, I was like,
strange.
what? Like, why? I
This
thought
universe-
this was prestigious.
This universe is very contrived.
Anyway, she's all excited. She's like, okay, I'm going to go over there. I'm going to get a job at the resort, and I can totally afford this for Zoe now.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Cut to Sun Peaks, where Tia Mowry of Tia and Tamara Mowry, the twins from
Sure.
the 90s, speaking of
Yeah,
90s.
hey, my references were on point.
She's walking with a rich white old dude who's complaining that their longtime Santa just retired days before the holiday season.
Is she going to be Santa?
I'm not going to tell you.
Please.
Which feels like you'd already have a contract in place. Like, this is days before all the Christmas stuff comes in.
Not that he quit, he retired. I missed that.
Yeah,
I was too excited
he
about her being
retired.
Santa. You would just tell you, like, hi guys. Yeah, I know it's a week before Christmas, but I'm going to retire. Like, that's not how that works.
Yeah, he retired on the fly, I guess.
Oof.
And he laments that it's bad enough that the GM just ran off with a Latvian ski instructor, and now this. He wants her to fix it ASAP.
What's wrong with Latvia?
Nothing. Just the
That's right.
The main point is that the GM just ran off. So
Is
she
he going to
agrees.
be the GM and the Santa?
You'll find out, Sam.
I want to do like a Mrs. Doubtfire thing where, like, she has to be the GM at one time, then she has to, like, quickly change into the Santa costume to be the Santa later. She's doing 2 jobs at the place to get.
That would be fun.
Because
That's not
it
really what
doubles her
happens.
discount now to 25% of the original cost, because half of
Well,
half.
Half of. Oh, yeah. So she only has to pay 25%.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's the movie, Danielle.
Okay. Maybe, but no. So
Come on. That's genius.
I told you this doesn't quite go where you think it's going.
Okay, fine. But who saw going to Santa Claus Mrs. Doubtfire crossover?
So anyway, Tia Mowry, don't remember her real name. It comes up eventually.
You
She
mean her character
agrees.
name. Her real name is Tia Mowry.
Yeah. And is like, actually, I was hoping to talk to you about the GM position. She clearly has aspirations.
Ah.
But he cuts her off, exclaiming over how beautiful Santa's village looks. He tells her it's the most profitable time of the year. There's dinner,
Dude
concerts,
sucks.
a tree lighting ceremony in a few days, etc., etc. And basically, he's like, you need to get to work. Go be free. Do the stuff that you need
This
to do.
dude sucks.
Yeah, cover for the GM who's not here.
And I won't pay you anymore. This is, I have
problems with
deep
him.
feelings of anger about companies that are like, well, we just let a bunch of people go to save money, and we're going to make you all do more work with no extra pay. Like, that's not the contract I signed up for, buddy.
Yeah, I thought in this conversation he was going to be like, if you can pull all this off, you can be GM. Like, I thought that's where that conversation was going. And then no, he's just like, there's a lot of work to do. Get busy. And I was like, oh, the nerve.
Yeah.
So mad.
Seize the means of production. Proletariat unite.
That's why all my notes say rich white guy.
There you go. He doesn't
I was
deserve a
real
name.
mad about it.
Yeah. Let your inner marks out.
All right. Anyway, she wanders off to complete this work. Behind the rich white guy, our stranger from the record store appears, complimenting him on how he's outdone himself this year.
Dad.
Yes, that's exactly what he says.
Really?
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
like, you really
I nailed
outdone
it.
yourself this year, Dad.
Because movies always gotta have the guy put in the name of the person or whatever, so you know what the relationship is.
Yeah,
Though no
like
one
you
talks
never
like
do
that.
in real life. Yeah.
Yeah.
So back at the front desk, Taylor is asking them if they have any openings, practically begging for any job. She's like, I can pick up poop from the dogs outside. Like, I'll do anything. And he repeatedly tells her there isn't any job available, which
There are
isn't
2 jobs
actually
available.
true because there is a GM position available. Not that she I don't know what her work thing is, but apparently she maybe managed a cookie store. I don't know.
She could also be Santa. Let's not be sexist here. Put on the suit and the beard, and you're good to go. You don't even need
She
a beard.
could.
Like, you know what? We can have Santas of all different shapes, sizes, colors, and genders. It's fine.
To be fair, I don't know that the front desk person knows that the Santa is not there
Retired.
because it just happened, but
Yeah, fair.
he certainly knows. I'm 100% sure he knows the GM just ran
Gossip
off with a
travels
Latvian
fast.
ski instructor.
100%.
He knew that immediately.
Everyone in the place did. I know, and I don't even work there.
So crazy to me that he's lying through his teeth to this woman.
She's supposed to get rid of her. He's like, that GM position is mine.
They're interrupted in their conversation by a phone call, and Tia Mowry, playing Natasha is apparently her name.
You figured it out.
I knew it was in my notes. She walks by speaking into her phone about a position that just opened up that pays $2,000 a week. Taylor follows her, stopping to ask about the position. I know. Apparently
for
you
Santa?
can make bank as a Santa. I believe that's true. I bet you do.
To be fair, it's a seasonal position. I bet it pays a lot for a very short amount of time.
It does, and I bet they're in a fix. Like, this is right before Christmas.
True.
It's probably more than the going rate, so they can get people in.
Oh, I'm excited for her to be Santa. This is great.
So Natasha tells her that they're looking for a Santa. She's like, she actually agrees. They're like, oh, they said there were no positions available, but you're talking about positions. She's like, yeah, there is no position available. I'm like,
what?
The GM position's available.
And the Santa
Natasha's
position.
Gonna tell him.
But
and she's like,
also,
unless you're an old guy with a beard, in which case, here you go. Here's the Santa position. And she hands her a flyer.
Danielle.
Yes.
Oh, is this going Mrs. Doubtfire? She's going to go back to her brother, the costume person, and get all, like, made up as a man?
I'm not telling you anything that's going to happen in this movie, Sam.
Because this is Mrs. Doubtfire, where Rowan Williams goes to his, like, brother, or Harvey Fierstein, I don't know if it's his brother or not, I think it's his brother, and gets, like, him to do his magic costume work to make him into a woman, or, like, to look like a woman, I should say.
Uh-huh.
And now she's gonna do the same thing. You basically made Santa Claus Mrs. Doubtfire edition.
Yeah, maybe. We'll find out in just a few minutes.
Because why have the costume-making brother if not?
It's real mystery.
If it doesn't do that, Danielle, boy, am I going to be red.
But think about the plot of our whole shtick here, and maybe that doesn't happen, Sam, because wouldn't that be funnier?
I mean, yeah, it'd be funny if it went absolutely nowhere words should go.
Anyway, she gives her the flyer, and she's like, auditions are this Friday if you know anybody. And then Taylor looks upset, and she wanders off. She's like, no jobs. Meanwhile, back in the rich guy's office.
Also, I mean, I'm no employment expert, but that seems like discriminatory casting.
I guess. I don't know what the rules are.
I know, it's probably not illegal, but, like, who cares? Let her play Santa. You're in a fix. You need what you can get.
Yeah, okay. Meanwhile, back in the rich white guy's office, he asks his assistant what his son has done now, and he
bought a record that he shouldn't have bought by scamming some lady.
And the handsome stranger guy, apparently named Matthew, sits awkwardly as they list all his sins. Apparently, he's done $12,000 damage on a rental car, $23,000 damage to a statue, damage to a cafe and sidewalk around the statue, and some other price tag with 6 zeros, they say, for some other damage.
Did he just drive a car to a statue/cafe?
Well, Matthew says in his defense, the street signs were all in Italian, and his dad is like, that's because you were in Italy.
This dude sucks.
Thank you. All of the goodwill, all of the charming adorableness that he kind of had at the beginning, which he was pretty charming. I was like, oh, you're like kind of a jerk.
This makes his unwillingness to buy the record from her
insane. He's rich.
Much more yes, I was going to say,
he's the son of a billionaire.
If I was him, I'd be like, I'll give you $500 for that record, $1,000 if you sign it, make her day, you know, and then I get a cool record signed by the person I really like.
Yeah, none of
this
that.
dude sucks. He's the worst. I hate him.
So the rich white guy, he's like, since your mother passed away, I'd promised to raise you, and
Not
I always
excuse.
And I always assumed that meant a lot of money, but enough is enough. You're coming to work for me. You can't just keep gallivanting around doing nothing. There's a GM position that's open, and you're going to start there. It was always our dream that you'd work for the company, and Natasha would be happy to show you the ropes.
Nepotism is not the answer.
Yeah.
Oh, if I was Natasha, that's her name, right? Natalie? Natasha? Something like that.
Natasha, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be so angry I'd quit. I'd be like, screw you, you're on your own now.
That, and like, he even specifically says Natasha will show you the ropes. She'd love to do that. And it shows a surprising lack of understanding of your staff. Like, clearly Natasha wants a GM
or human beings.
Yeah, like, she's doing all of this work. She's basically already your GM. Like, what?
These people might be the worst villains we've ever had in one of our Christmas movies, Danielle. Maybe any of our movies.
I also think it's important to note that, like, these characters, I think, are supposed to be maybe mid-30s. Like, it's pretty late for him to join the company.
Not the father, but the other guys,
the Matthew
the son,
and what's her face?
Yeah, sure, the singer. Screaming Kitten, got it.
Screaming Kitten. He calls her Screaming Kitten the whole movie, which is
that true?
Funny. Yeah, he does.
Yeah!
He like
Damn
yells,
it, I don't want to like him.
Kitten! I He's charming. I hate it. I hate it so much. He's really charming.
It's really a problem for this movie because he's such a terrible person who's very charming. I don't like that. It makes me realize what a shallow person I am.
It's really frustrating to watch this movie. I'm like, I don't like him, but I do.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. This is brought a lot of feelings.
Yeah. So he's easily like 35 to 40 years old. I actually thought he was closer to 40. I did not look up his actual age, but he's got little,
you're right. That is pretty late to be jumping into the GM role.
And his dad's like, come join the company. You can't gallivant around. I'm like, or he's 40. He probably can't.
It
gets worse.
It gets worse? I was going to say,
the next line makes it worse.
I was going to say already he might be the worst business person, like worse than Kermit even. I'll give him that. Yeah,
so it's such like, it doesn't get worse with the rich white guy particularly, but it does get worse with his son in just a second. So it's like, okay, you have to become the GM. You need to join the company. It's what we always envisioned for you. And Matthew tells him he so appreciates the offer, but quote, he's a free spirit and you can't hold him down like this.
Okay, your free spirit is cut off now, buddy.
I don't understand how a movie can like take an interesting character and make him so terrible in like 30 seconds.
They're lucky that actor is charming because otherwise this would be an impossible movie to watch.
Yeah, it's impressive, really. So his dad tells him he hopes he's changed his mind because there's a couple of Italian cops who would love to speak with him. So the threat's not even, we'll take your money away. The threat is, we'll give you to the police in Italy, I guess.
I mean, if the threat is you will face the same justice as every other person in the world, like, good. That's just should. I mean, welcome to, egalitarianism. He should be facing the same justice as everyone else in the world. You shouldn't be shielding him with your money.
Yeah, that's what we learned, is that he is indeed shielding him with his money. He's just paying off the Italian cops.
This is an indictment of our current society.
I know. And Natasha, of course, is very unpleased with this development.
No kidding.
All right, back with Taylor. She's back home. She finds Zoe asleep on the couch wearing a Santa hat in what I assume is early December. So that's kind of an odd choice.
Just at home, sleeping in a Santa hat.
Yes.
Like you do. I always put on my Santa hat before I go to bed. I get my nightcap
in December.
And my sleeping gown because I'm a Victorian man. I'm a Scrooge, basically.
So she plucks the hat off her head and puts it on. She's like, Merry Christmas to me, kind of, a thing.
Then she has an idea. What if I was Santa?
Yeah, she glances at herself in the mirror, obviously murmuring about the 50% off for the Sun Peaks employees. Cut to her brother's house where he lays out the stakes, just for the general audience. So you want us to dress you up like an old man so you can get a job as a Santa at the local ski resort so that you can get Zoe half-price snowboarding lessons.
Danielle, I'm so excited for Santa and Mrs. Doubtfire.
I knew you'd like this.
Oh, God. How did I not know Santa and Mrs. Doubtfire existed?
And just so you know, the brothers are all in. Like, they're
of course
they
are.
Let's do this. This is our dream.
Oh, man. Like, as much as those other guys suck, this part of the movie is great.
And honestly, kind of fun. We'll go through it, but
this is like a combination of Mrs. Doubtfire, like just one of the guys or something like that.
Yeah. So we cued the design montage, which not only involved watching holiday movies, but also some kind of face scanner that they use to download her 3D image into their computer. They have like a little wand device they're putting over her head.
Just to make the perfect mask for her, like a Mission Impossible style mask.
100% that.
Also, are they watching holiday movies so she can learn how to be Santa?
Yeah, so they get like the coloring right, and they're talking about like, hey, we want this like this here, and like we want this here, like, this style here.
Which Santa you like? If you're watching It's a Wonderful Life, it's all black and white. What coloring?
They're watching that Santa movie with Kurt Russell in it, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know what that one is.
Well, I think it's probably a Netflix movie because this is a Netflix movie. So.
That would track.
So they measure her for costuming, and the brother too designs her mask as they create a fat suit, which seems to be filled with either dog kibble or lentils, or something that looks like dog kibble lentils. It's unclear.
Why lentils or dog kibble? Why not, I don't know, stuffing or fabric or something?
Nope, it's none of that. It's definitely dog kibble or lentils, and it looks like bigger. It looks like lentils, but like flatter and bigger.
Okay, Danielle, I'm going to take a brief diversion here to talk about a truly terrible movie, Wild Wild West. Thank you. The one with Will Smith.
Yes.
Where he is talking to the other guy, I forget his name, and they're talking about the fake breasts he was using to disguise himself as a woman, and how they were filled with like beans or something, or sand. And he's like, that doesn't make any sense. That's not what like a breast feels like. It doesn't pass muster. You gotta fill it with like water or whatever. And if that movie knew it was a bad idea to put sand in to like simulate fatty deposits in a body, why is this movie doing that decades later?
I have no idea. I don't know how you make these suits. I don't know if this is legitimate or if they just went with it for a joke that's later. I don't know, Sam. Can't tell you.
Okay. I'm just saying, Wild Wild West, a truly terrible movie, figured this out.
Well, apparently, My Secret Santa 2025 did not watch Wild Wild West.
I mean, no one should. Let's be honest about that. I'm not condemning it for that. But we should all learn the lessons that movie imparted on us in many ways.
Yes. Anyway, moving on.
Okay, sorry.
They have their dog kibble fat suit. And to be fair, this costume is pretty decent. Like, they obviously put a lot of effort into making this look as realistic as possible. But also, like, it doesn't always pass muster under certain lighting conditions where occasionally you're like, maybe I would think that's a real person, because you kind of just see what your mind wants you to see. And why would you ever think that somebody's faking being Santa? But
for the money and the 50% off discount.
But also, very occasionally, I'm like, no.
Well, remember, they're desperate anyway.
Yeah, and the wig is like a solid, like, B+, A- level work. The face is actually better than the wig itself.
Okay, well, I mean, they don't have to judge the Santa by his wig.
No, but it's supposed to look like his real hair throughout the course of the movie. And also her voice is a bit high for a guy, but we're going to go with it. So there's like several slight things wrong with this, but you're going with the premise. It's like Mrs. Doubtfire, as you said, you're just going with it. You're like, yeah, this is a thing. We're believing.
Did you think about Mrs. Doubtfire watching this movie?
Not a single time.
Why not? It's the same
I don't
movie. Tell me this is exactly the same movie.
It's
with
very
a different
similar.
inciting incident.
It's basically Santa was Mrs.
At
Doubtfire.
least
You're right.
in Mrs. Doubtfire, they like made him a voice actor so he could like pull off being Mrs. Doubtfire, the accent and everything. And this are like, she can do it. She's fine. She's an actress, I guess.
She just does like a kind of a deeper, gruffer version of her own voice.
I'm Santa.
Yeah. So back at Sun Peaks, Natasha is just going down a line of Santas, brutally saying no to each one, finally dismissing all of the candidates.
How is she being so picky?
I don't know. And most of them did look like very sketch Santas. There was one guy where I was like, what was the problem with that guy?
Okay.
Like the rest of them, I was like, I guess. But yeah, they're desperate. They should just pick whoever they want.
The best option. You don't need to pick like the sketchiest Santa, but at least, you shouldn't reject all of them out of hand.
Yeah, and she's not nice about it either when she does it. The assistant one...
Well, I mean, she's probably really still angry about her terrible boss and his nepotism son.
Is. She's
his
angry the whole
son.
movie. So Natasha's working with this assistant, and the assistant wonders where Matthew is during this process, because he's supposed to be there for the whole thing. And she's like, that's so typical. He's immature and unreliable. He can't even be bothered to show up.
Is he one of the Santas?
No.
I thought he'd be like Heidi as one of the Santas to like surprise her. Oh, you're talking about me. And here I am.
No. As they're talking, Taylor walks in, not in full gear, but in like old man clothes, which is a nice touch, but also seems a little extra because she's already late to the Santa auditions and she could have just walked in her costume, but I don't know why she wouldn't just, like, why does she have normal clothes on?
Also, what if they provide the costume?
No, apparently she's like, they're like, do you have your costume? And she's like, yep, in my bag. Like, I guess you have to bring your own costume to the Santa auditions.
I don't know anything about being a Santa, and I wonder if that's true. Interesting.
I have no idea. But if you're a professional Santa, you probably would have your own costume.
Santas of the world, write in and tell us. We'd love to talk to you.
Have you seen this movie?
No, your life is Santa. I don't care about the movie.
As she's signing in, Matthew arrives, and Natasha cattily welcomes him to the auditions. And he says the email said 4 p.m., and she insists it did not. And he doesn't look like he believes that.
Of course not, because he's trash.
Taylor turns around as Natasha introduces them and is shocked at seeing her record store crush. And she says,
Wait, did she have any crush on him, or was it just him macking on her?
She clearly was, like, interested, but obviously with whatever going on in her life, she wasn't, like, gonna date people.
I didn't know if she, like, showed any interest at all or not, but okay.
She did.
Fine.
Like, she kind of wavered when he was, like, because he very cutely asked her out for a hot chocolate. I didn't go through all that, but it's, like, this longer conversation. And she's like,
I accept it.
No. But you could tell she kind of wanted to say yes.
All right. Okay. Now I know where we stand.
He was very charming in the beginning.
He's still very charming, just a terrible person underneath.
Anyway.
Fail sons, am I right?
So Taylor turns around, she sees him, and she goes, "You," in shock. And Matthew is like, "Sorry, did you say your name was Hugh?" And she says, "Man."
Boo.
And she says, "Man," for reasons. I don't know if she's just like...
So she's going by Hugh Man?
She's going by Hugh Man.
That's a joke from Futurama that they do because it's so stupid of a name to pick.
It's so dumb.
That's literally the literal joke. I'm not going to go into it, but man, it was funny when Futurama did it. I'm not so sure about this movie.
Yeah, real dumb. Anyway, she introduced herself as Hugh Man. He says Hugh Man, and she's like, "No, there's a pause in between it." Which was a
Whose last name is just Man?
M-A-N-N, Sam.
Sure. Okay, fair enough.
There are people with the last name Man. That is last name.
True.
Matthew immediately thinks that the Santa looks familiar, which...
Why am I suddenly sexually attracted to this Santa?
We will get into that.
I know where this is going, Daniel. I've seen the Futurama episode about this already, where Zap Brannigan questions his sexuality, being attracted to Leela dressed as a man. Then I went into it. I'm sorry.
I wish it went quite that in depth, but it does get a little weird. And also, does he have magic? Like, he noticed what she looked like on the cover of her record when she was like 16 years old.
But does not recognize this.
And
yeah.
now he sees Santa and he's like, "You look familiar." Does he look familiar?
No. Nonsense.
He looks like a completely different human being. It's like...
This movie is built on a house of lies.
Taylor obviously jokes this off, like, "Have you ever been to the North Pole? Ha 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 ha. I'm gonna go change my clothes now. Bye." And Natasha asks Matthew what
Hugh Man.
Yeah. Natasha asks Matthew what he thinks as Taylor goes to change her clothes, and Matthew is like, "I mean, I just met him. Don't we have to do a background check or something?" And she's like, "No, we don't have time."
Wait.
Excuse me, what?
Yeah, he's going to be working with children. Santa's going to work with children. You do a background check. You cover your butt. Also, you're going to need like a social security number, a legal name. You're going to need all that kind of stuff for the 1099.
We will get into that as well.
Oh, no.
What? He's working with children?
Yeah, no, we don't need it back. Ooh, I was like, oh, Natasha's like totally deserving of the role, but she doesn't get it because of nepotism. Like, maybe the rich white guy had a point not putting her in charge.
Yeah, this is where we find out that apparently this tree lighting ceremony, which was referenced several days ago, is in 3 hours. So they are hiring Santa Claus 3 hours before they need him. And they specifically chose this date. Remember earlier when I said that they were going to have auditions on Friday? So they had multiple days to hire a Santa, and they did it 3 hours before their tree lighting ceremony. This timeline is crazy. And then also, like, okay, if you do hire the Santa, that's fine. Pending a background check, maybe at the tree lighting ceremony, he's not doing anything with kids. He's just standing on the stage, ho, 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 look at the
flips
tree.
The switch, whatever,
That's the end of the thing. And you do no, do they? No, Sam, they do not.
They never do a background check.
We will get into it.
They never even see, like, is he on the sex offender list? Whatever, I'm sure it's fine.
Such strong feelings about this point.
Crazy. I'm going to be clear. I'm not saying that reform people don't need jobs or you shouldn't, like, be prejudiced against ex-cons or whatever, but, like...
But it depends on what they're an ex-con for.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's like, that's what I'm saying. If they are if they went to prison for child sex abuse, sorry to say that, like, they don't deserve to be Santa. I'm sorry. I know that's an unusual position to be taking.
Just wild. Do the background check,
but I will stand by it.
Oh, they'd be really mad. Anyway.
Insane.
So she goes to change clothes, and in a panic, Taylor calls her brothers and is like, "He's the guy from the record store." And they're like, "Matthew Lane? He's so famous. He's a trust fund baby. He's always on the news for getting into trouble. His dad owns the entire resort.
Sucks.
And half a dozen other ones. You should date him. He's rich." Love that part.
And he sucks, though. I mean, like...
She doesn't know all that, though.
But to be fair, like, I'm cool with her, like, getting hers, take him to the cleaners, get married or whatever, hook him quick, and then divorce his butt and get your payout. Screw it. Redistribution of wealth, my man. Let's do it.
So she wants to back out. She's like panicking. And she hangs up on the call as Natasha approaches her and lets her know that they've decided to offer her the job on the spot. And they introduce her to her chief elf, Jimmy.
So is she legitimately better than all the other Santas there, or is this just like movie?
No, she looks better than all the other Santas there.
Okay.
They picked some terrible Santas. There was, like I said, one guy who I thought maybe could have pulled it off, but he got dismissed quickly for whatever reason.
All right.
Maybe he was a terrible at being Santa. I don't know.
What do they do? Put them like through their like, show me your ho ho ho, and how you ask a child what they want.
And then, so Jimmy's funny. So Jimmy is the elf. He's in full elf costume. She is quite, like, she's probably a normal sized woman. That she's probably like 5'4" or something, but she's petite for like a male, obviously. And so she's quite small. And Jimmy is quite a large guy. And it's very funny because like her elf is so much larger than she is, and you don't notice it until they're like, I don't know if they did that. They probably did that on purpose, I would imagine, for comedy value, but I don't know. You don't notice it until she's like standing around other guys and you're like, wow, that's a very tiny human.
Well, Santa is described as a jolly old elf, so he should be small.
So Jimmy takes her to the men's changing room, which is just a big locker room for the gym or something on the property. And she's dodging men left and right, only to be interrupted by Matthew, who comes out half undressed with a towel around his waist because he's
of course
doing like a sauna or something before they go outside to do the tree lighting ceremony. Does this man work?
Shouldn't he be doing managerial stuff?
Like, what is he doing? This is obviously so they have to talk.
To be fair, Danielle, what incentive does he have to work when his daddy's just going to give him the job anyway?
I don't know. Can't tell you.
He doesn't even want the job, but his daddy's making him do it.
He's otherwise doing it. This one scene is where he's like, apparently has a bunch of free time.
Insane.
So he tells her he was grabbing a quick steam, and then he like starts to undress in front of her. Obviously, he's pulling on his clothes, and she's like trying not to look and trying to be all casual about it. And Matthew admits that he's nervous about speaking at the event, and this is his first public speaking thing. And this whole thing just doesn't feel like him. The suit and the tie, he's avoided business his whole life, and now he has to learn how to run this hotel. And this clearly...
So you've been a trust fund baby with no responsibilities, and suddenly you have to do something? Oh, the horror.
Yeah, and you would think that would like trigger something in Taylor, like maybe she'd be like, oh, poor baby. But no, this clearly...
Hard scrabble all her life, and she gets nothing, and this dude get everything handed to him. She's like, oh, you poor man.
Yeah, but that does not what happened. It clearly, like, this conversation somehow resonates with Taylor, but again, for all the wrong reasons. And she's like, well, life doesn't always end up as you hoped. You know, sometimes you gotta do things that you gotta do. And I'm like, nope, that's not the lesson from this. The lesson is that this guy hasn't had to do anything his whole life.
The lesson is this dude sucks, has everything handed to him, and doesn't deserve it.
No, she's totally into his pretty face.
She's either a better person than I am or a worse person than I am, and I can't figure it out.
Yeah. To be fair, she doesn't know that he just destroyed like 6 figures worth of Italian property.
Yeah, but also, like, not to stereotype, but when I hear billionaire playboy son fail son, I'm like, that's not for me. No, I don't need to hear more. That's enough.
Yes.
You're struggling, Danielle, because you really want to be with him too.
Yes, I do. So he asks her to help him tie his tie because, quote, you old guys all know how to tie a tie, right? Which, ouch.
Also, what a dick. Sorry.
And she haphazardly, like, puts it around his neck because she's obviously not very adept at tying ties. She's trying her best. It actually looks like she does a pretty decent job at it. As he comments that he wished he could talk to his dad like this, you know, man to man, tell him how he's feeling. And Taylor is like, yeah, sometimes it's easier to talk to a stranger. And he's like, you don't feel like one, though. I swear we've met somewhere before. She's like, yeah, I'm Santa Claus, obviously.
I mean, to be fair, it's a really good excuse for all of those conversations.
For everything. It's actually to great comedic value sometimes.
All right. I'm having really mixed feelings about this movie and these characters.
I mean, it's really hard,
right.
Sam.
It's a conundrum. It's a conundrum of a movie.
I really didn't want to like some of these characters, and they're very funny.
Oh, man. Why do they have to be terrible people?
Yeah. Like, he's not funny, but he's very charming, and he does that, like, shucks kind of demeanor really well. And I'm like, but he's terrible human.
Yeah.
And she's falling for this guy she should not fall with, but you're kind of rooting for him. It's bad.
Yeah.
As she finally leaves, she drops her chapstick, which is a pink unicorn kissable chapstick with a unicorn head, which perplexes him. And she laughs at us.
Why? Because he's a caveman, doesn't understand that men like pretty things too?
No,
Thank you very much.
I cut out a couple of scenes, but there's a couple of things where he kind of like gets a feminine vibe from the Santa, and he totally just goes with it. It doesn't change his interactions with Hugh at all. Which,
you know what? Maybe this movie's a bit
nice.
Yeah, more progressive than I gave it credit for.
As he's like, this is he even says, you dropped your pink unicorn kissable chapstick. Very funny way to say it. And she laughs and is like, you try riding in an open air sleigh at 10,000 feet. I'm lucky I have lips at all. And then she puts it on her lips and like walks off.
You know what? This movie, it's way more, dang it, I don't want to like it.
So outside, they're doing the tree lighting ceremony. Matthew steps up to the crowd to do his speech, introducing himself, and cat calls start from the audience. One man is yelling, "I don't recognize you with your clothes on!" And go swimming at any swans lately, which apparently are like references to whatever crazy past life he's had. And like, this is an event with children. It is a tree lighting ceremony. Who are these?
Why are you harassing this rant? Like, yeah, okay, he sucks, but like, time and a place, dude.
And at your, like, the place where you are at, this is the hotel you're staying at, the resort you're staying at, and you're gonna mock the guy who owns the building? It's the son of the guy who owns it. Like, what are you doing?
I mean, I'm not all about, like, power tripping people, but, like, it is pretty stupid.
Wild. And then as he's talking, he's like trying to do his speech. He's kind of fumbling it, but he's making his way through it. Someone's like, "Just bring out the Santa already." What is this crowd?
Why are these adults? Are there any children in the crowd?
Yeah, it's a tree lighting ceremony.
No,
There's
I'm going to assume there are no children.
No, there are children.
No. I'm going to assume it's just adults who are obsessed with Santa Claus and are like, you know, somehow super, I don't want to say horny for Santa, but maybe, but like super jazzed up for Santa. And they are there for Santa, and they're like kind of, you know how like Disney adults are like super into Disney. Like these are the Santa adults who are super into Santa.
Prior to this, they did have a very well known Santa. So
yeah.
Anyway,
apparently famous throughout the land, but not famous enough to retire at a reasonable time.
Wild week before Christmas. So he wraps up his speech and Taylor steps on stage. They have a candy cane lever that they're supposed to pull to turn on the lights. Cute. And as Taylor and Matthew go to pull it, sparks fly, causing the tree lights to explode and spark, and the lights don't turn on. And Santa gets thrown back, and the scene's like, "Are you okay?" And then it cuts.
Okay. I thought there was going to be a metaphor for sparks flying between them, and I would have hated it.
No, but that's what it should have been, because I don't understand the scene.
Yeah, okay. Unless this is like sabotage by Natasha to be like, "I'll show them that he sucks as GM and they'll hire me," then it doesn't make any sense.
Oh yeah, that's a possibility actually. Maybe that's...
But clearly not.
I didn't, well yeah, but maybe I missed something. I wasn't thinking about it with those, like, that lens.
Okay. Does Natasha sabotage things in other ways?
Maybe.
Okay, great, perfect.
Cut to after the event, and Taylor is pulling up in her van to her apartment, still in costume. Why not change? It's a real mystery. She's got a whole van she can change. Has she
told her daughter? Is it going to be like her daughter finds out by surprise? Okay, great.
Yeah,
perfect.
Nobody knows. And Dora Lee, the super, steps up and asks her what she's doing in Taylor's van, which I guess good for her for being on top of strangers stealing cars.
But she's not taking the car, she's bringing it back.
And he's like, "What are you doing in Taylor's van?" And Santa is like, "Oh, I'm Taylor's father. I borrowed the van. She let me borrow it." And Dora Lee is clearly into Santa.
No.
And, yeah. Like, I mean, into Santa. He's talking about Santa hunk. Adults. Yeah. Because she's like, "If you need anything, feel free to head over to my apartment. You know, this is my room number. Feel free to come in." Back at Sun Peaks, it's Zoe's first day at Snowboard Academy, and she immediately runs into a mean girl.
Oh, she got in quickly.
Yeah, well, it just started.
She runs into who?
A mean girl.
Oh, of course. Yes.
Who tells her the 90s called and they want their board back, which I don't know a lot about snowboarding boards, but were they vastly different in the 90s than they are to 2025?
I don't know a lot about snowboards or sports in general, but don't people get like, when they're up at the elite of their sport, get like super attached to their particular custom or piece of equipment they're like worn into or used to?
Yes.
Okay. So dumb mean girl is dumb, is what I'm saying.
I know. Also, it's a terrible, like, what 16-year-olds out here being like, 90s called and they want their board back?
She's like,
nobody.
She wasn't alive in the 90s. What do you know about the 90s? I was there.
She wasn't even born in the 90s.
Of course not.
So her mom walks up, having overheard, and tells her that they're just jealous and to ignore them. I don't know what they're jealous of. 90s board. And to have a great time. They're interrupted by Matthew, who calls out, "Screaming kittens!"
So she's dropping her daughter off as her is going to Matthew. Oh, Matthew sucks.
Yeah, as herself, yeah. And tells him, he like comes over, she introduces him to Zoe and is like, "Oh, she's taking lessons here at Sun Peaks." And Matthew introduces himself, telling her he's a huge fan of her mom, and Zoe is confused. Clearly her mom has never told her anything about her
rock and roll past. She had the record in her apartment and she never, so if her own daughter didn't recognize her,
maybe it was in her closet or something, Sam.
Okay,
I don't know.
Sure. I'm just saying.
So he asks her out for a hot chocolate again, and she tells him she's extremely busy, and Zoe completely throws her under the bus by mentioning that she spent last weekend organizing her sock drawer alphabetically, which...
Zoe!
How?
Be a bro!
He tells her if she changes her mind, she knows where to find him. And Zoe is all in on this. She's like, "Yes, yes, you should date that really hot guy that just came by. What are you doing, Mom?
Oh, Zoe, no, don't interfere in your mom's dating life. Support her, but don't interfere.
She's not interfering. She was just all in on it.
Okay.
She's like trying to encourage her mom to go after that.
Okay.
Back in the parking garage, Taylor climbs into the back of her van, puts on her costume, and heads into the resort. Matthew's supposed to announce the opening of Santa's Village, but once again finds himself rambling until Taylor whispers, "I now declare Santa's Village open." And he's like, "Oh, that's good. I now declare Santa's Village open." The crowd cheers, the kids clamoring to see Santa. Unfortunately, we immediately realize that she is a terrible Santa.
Look, I think there are truly great Santas out there, right? That do a wonderful job. And there are probably some pretty bad Santas, but I feel it doesn't take much to be a decent Santa.
Well, I didn't feel like this was part of her character, but the Santa section tells me otherwise. So apparently, every child that comes up asks her for something, and she immediately tries to talk them out of it. You want a pony? No, you don't. You live in an apartment. You're going to keep it in your room. It'll poop on the floor. Motor scooter? Your mother can't afford that. She's a waitress. How about a nice sweater?
How does she know what her mother does?
I don't know. At one point, she's looking at a kid's mouth and tells him there's a lot of plaque buildup, so she's going to have to get him a toothbrush. This goes on for a shockingly long amount of time, and Natasha does zero things about it. Obviously, just trying to, destroy, what's-his-face?
Look,
Matthew?
I've never been a Santa. I'm not claiming I could be a great Santa, but I could be better than her, because I know when the kid asks you for them, you say, yes, if you've been a good child, Santa will bring you that, or something of equivalent value.
They discuss this later, Sam.
What is her deal? Did you watch all the Santa movies to figure out how did she learn nothing?
So Natasha's just standing there like, oh, looks like something you've got to deal with, Matthew. Good luck out there. And he just leaves exasperated as a kid pile drives into Santa in excitement, breaking his fat suit open, and the lentil kibble falls out all over the floor.
Santa's water broke.
She's like, I've got to go feed the reindeer. And she runs off, holding in the lentils as Jimmy wraps up the visits.
So she, as Santa, argues with all the children, and then, well before her shift is over, abandons it because of a strange kibble-related injury. And she is not immediately fired?
Yes. And she doesn't even come back after the kibble. Just go sew your suit up or whatever and come back.
She worked half a day and quit. And basically they're like, that's fine. The kids didn't like you. You worked half a day, but we'll keep you on.
Yeah.
Bonkers.
Cut to another scene. Zoe's being picked on again by the mean girl. And Taylor offers to talk to the coach. But Zoe's like, I'm not a kid. I want to handle it myself, Mom. Jeez.
Fair.
And they make their way back to the apartment. And Dora Lee comes out, flagging them down. Taylor says,
where's your hot dad?
That's 100% what this conversation is.
I don't think
Taylor's like, I'll have the rent check for you shortly. And she's like, pish posh. Just have your dad drop it off whenever he's free. Anytime. You never told me he was so handsome and single. And Zoe's like, wait, Grandpa was here. Wait, he's single? And Taylor's like, no, come, moving on. Let's go. Come on.
Wait, how did she get single from him borrowing the van?
I have no idea. I don't think she asks him if there's a Mrs. Claus. I could be wrong.
All you have to do is say, well, he's not single. He never said he was single to you, lady. That's your own assumption or wishful thinking.
Yeah, I don't know that conversation, I can't remember that happening. I don't think it does.
Okay, great.
And they don't think fast enough, I guess. But Zoe's very suspicious of this whole interaction, as she should be.
Why just tell Zoe the scam? Put her in on it.
I don't know. I think she just doesn't want Zoe to know that they're this poor.
Okay, I guess. But she knows because she was about ready to give up going to camp.
Yeah, but she says, I figured it out. I got a job or whatever. And I guess Zoe asked 0 questions. I don't know.
Oh, Zoe.
The next day, the crowd for Santa is much smaller, and one of the parents mentions he's only there because the other Santas had a much longer line. And Natasha asks Matthew what he plans to do about this and reads him several articles. I guess we review Santas now?
And overnight, apparently.
Yeah. Sun Peak Santa's a flop. He doesn't connect with kids. He's a jerk, etc., etc.
I'll be honest, I've never read a single word about a Santa review in my life. I didn't know they existed. I've never seen one. I didn't even know there was a thing.
Maybe it's in a review for holidays at
Santa
resorts.
Magazine, which comes out, reviews the Santa the day before he was hired.
The local paper. It's a small town. Maybe
some kind of penny receiver kind of thing.
Yeah. It's like one of those small skiing towns.
Sure,
looks almost very European.
I bet it's just some self-published, disgruntled, curmudgeonly person publishing
There's
Santa
multiple reviews. There's at least 3 of them. She does 3 different quotes from 3 different reviews.
Okay, wow. That is way too many people are being Santas in this small skiing town.
So Matthew sets up a meeting with Hugh and is like, listen, it's my understanding that Santa's just supposed to agree with whatever the kids say they want. Like, that's the whole bit. That's what you're supposed to do. I know
that. Everyone should know that. These people both suck.
And Hugh is like, oh yeah, and leave the parents on the hook? That's how you end up in credit card debt. And Matthew's like, that's not really your problem. And
if they brought you to see Santa, they're not going to see Santa. They know what the deal is.
That's how they don't say, he does not say that during this conversation, but that's what I wanted him to say, was like, the parents know. The parents know if you're bringing your child to see Santa Claus, that Santa Claus is going to be like, yeah, you can have a pony in your apartment complex. Like, that you shouldn't bring your kid to see Santa if you don't want Santa to agree with whatever crazy thing the kid says.
Yeah, they're kids. Let them be kids.
Like, I'm sure there are stories, listeners. I'm sure you have stories. I never once said, that's not fair. I asked Santa that and they didn't get it for me.
Yeah, who do you think you are? The failed son of a billionaire white person running a ski resort?
Yeah. Anyway, Hughes is like, you seem out of touch. No offense. It sounds like you never had to budget a paycheck to put food on the table and buy Christmas gifts. And Matthew is like, is this because I'm like the spoiled rich kid, you know?
Yes. You suck. Admit it.
But he's like, but not everything they write about me is true. You know that feeling where everybody thinks they know you, but they don't?
I mean, we know enough, buddy.
Like, my point is, I'm just trying to make better choices, and that's what I'm asking you to do. And I'm like, that doesn't validate her concerns, but also, he's right. She should just agree. That's the job. Do you want to keep your job or not, lady?
You being a terrible person and insulated from the consequences of your actions does not have anything to do with her being a terrible Santa and not just upholding the fantasy for the child.
And she should be counting her blessings that she didn't get fired when she left in the middle of a shift.
Don't argue with him. Just say, yes, sir. Who cares? Say whatever you want to say. Keep the job. Get Zoe
this is like a 2-week job.
Yeah. She sucks at this.
Yeah. So then somehow, even though this conversation doesn't fully track, and this is, I think, the poorest writing of the whole script, they start talking about how he has this girl that he likes. Her daughter is doing snowboard lessons there, and he's super into her, but she turned him down. Should he ask her out again?
What does he know about her? He knows one thing about her. She was in a band she liked, and she has a daughter, and that's it.
Yeah, they've chatted a little bit, but no, they have not actually gotten to know each other. Hughes, doesn't say yes or no, but he's like, I don't know, could be a Christmas miracle, which is kind of like, hey, you should probably ask her out again, maybe.
Don't. Tell him no. Save yourself. You actually don't care.
Back at her brother's, she's saying that she can't accept a date invitation because he's her boss. It wouldn't be ethical. And brother 2 is like...
that's the ethical part.
Yeah, brother 2 is like, ethical? You're pretending to be Santa Claus.
They got the point.
And they ask her what it's really about, and she admits that she's just scared and has Zoe to think about. And, you know,
do you ever figure what happened to her husband? Is he dead? Or Zoe's father should say, is he dead? Are they divorced? What's the dealio, though?
We will get into that later.
Okay.
And her brothers are like, that's just an excuse. What happened to my little sister who had her own rock band at 16 and mooned the crowd at her high school graduation? What happened to her? And they tell her this is her chance to find that little girl again and to live her life.
I don't know. Mooning at rock shows doesn't usually pay the bills. Sometimes it does, but not usually.
Mooning at her high school graduation, Sam.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's even worse for paying the bills, I guess.
So some other day, later that day, who knows? Time has no meaning in movies. Santa's wandering around the grounds of the resort when Taylor sees Santa Taylor Hugh. I don't know, man. It's my stuff goes back and forth. Pronouns change. I just guessed. Whatever came out of my hands.
whatever felt right in the moment.
Yeah. So Taylor sees Zoe alone at the fires, and she sends Jimmy off to keep the sleigh warm, quote unquote. She really commits to the Santa bit, and heads over asking her.
She commits to the Santa bit. For everything except being kind to children.
Except being the actual Santa. Amazing.
Crazy.
So she heads over to talk to Zoe, and she sits down next to her, and she asks her what she wants for Christmas. And Zoe's like, I don't believe in Santa. And she's like, just go with me here. And Zoe plays along.
I want my mom to be happy.
Yeah, she tells Santa that she wants her mom to date for Christmas.
I wouldn't say date, be happy. Dating is very specific.
Nope, she specifically says date. She says she just found out that her mom used to be in a band, and she wishes she had known her back then because it looked like she used to be really fun. Thus implying
and now she's old and lame.
Yeah, that is exactly what's implied.
Oof. Ouch, right in the heart, Zoe. Ouch. Never have children.
We jump back to Santa at his village, and a child comes up and asks for play clay. And Taylor is like, you know that stuff is messy and it drips all over. Your parents step on it. And then Zoe like walks into the room in the background and she's coming in to watch, and it catches Taylor's attention, and she's clearly reflecting on their conversation about how not fun she is. And she like does this sigh and she tells the kid that she'll look into the play clay for him. And as the kid
That's
wanders,
for being fun. I'll look into a kid.
as the kid wanders off, she calls him back. And she's like, hey, is there anything you want that isn't a thing? Like it isn't a toy or something? And the kid
He's a
admits
child.
that
What does he know?
the kid admits that he wishes he wasn't afraid of the dark.
Okay.
And Taylor says that she's afraid of the dark too, but she put glow-in-the-dark stars all over her ceiling, and now she pretends she's an astronaut. And he has to show his fear that he's the boss of it, and it's not the boss of him. And this seems to resonate with the kid. They hug it out, and Jimmy compliments him on his suddenly acquired skill.
She said one not terrible thing to one child. Good job.
Yeah, well, it goes on, obviously. And she said, turn to leaf. She's now the best Santa ever. And somehow in the intervening hours, I guess word has spread through these same channels, I guess, social media. I don't know. And Santa's basically like locally viral. And now there's a big long line to see him.
That was fast.
Hours, Sam. Hours. So fast. Like, wild how fast this spread. How many people in town need to see Santa?
Apparently billions.
Matthew reports to his dad how well it's all going. They're doing like a Zoom call. And
My Santa got terrible reviews on one day, and the next day got great reviews. It's perfect.
yeah, actually, so the rich white guy seems to have zero idea of what's going on. Like, he's not paying
Of course
attention at all,
not.
which is a wild thing to do when you put your son in charge of a job that's like running your whole resort during the holiday season. He has zero experience with it.
How
What
did
are you
he make
doing?
any money at all? Was he also probably like a generational wealth or something?
I have to assume the GM was doing all of the work at this particular location.
I'm assuming that, rich daddy here inherited everything and didn't know how to run a resort.
Yeah, and then the other part of this is like Natasha's whole plan. She's been like, I've cut out some of the scenes, but she's been kind of like giving him extra work and like telling him wrong information or whatever. So her whole plan seems to be like, if he's bad
Undermine
at this
him.
job, his dad will notice and he'll drop him, and then I'll get to be GM.
Then the dad's
But-
completely checked out.
Yeah, the dad's not even present. Doesn't even notice the Santa was bad.
Crazy. The only person I kind of like is Natasha, but did not do the background check thing gave me lukewarm feelings on her.
Oh, well, that's funny because now she's all decided that there's something going on. She needs to pin something on Hugh because now that he's doing really well, it's obviously going to reflect well on Matthew, and she can't have that. So she starts to deep dive into Hugh's background.
Of course. Here comes the nosy person investigates.
Yes. Back home, Zoe finally calls her mom out on not ever talking about her past, including her father. It's unclear at this point if this child knows anything about her dad at all.
Mysterious.
You would think so. Does this go anywhere? We'll find out.
No? This is the only time they mentioned the father?
Maybe.
Whoa. I mean, like, I don't need, like, every Disney movie to have, like, oh, here's the parent's tragic backstory to give the kid motivation, but just to, like, mention it and not, like, you could have just not mentioned it at all and it would have been fine.
Yeah, it's clear that the dad's not dead. He's just not present. But it seems very implied that she's never met him, doesn't know who he is. I don't know. Something's going on between the dad and
Okay,
Zoe.
I got it.
Dad
Taylor,
Santa.
yes. Santa came in the middle of the night. She's like, I caught you. Now we're going to make love. It's like, I don't want to tell you you're the son of a magical elf. The daughter of a magical elf, sorry. Crazy. No, that's a whole different genre of movie, Danielle. I was going to say sperm donor, but, you got me beat.
Maybe. We'll find out if there's anything more.
There isn't.
Taylor finally makes her way back to the resort and asks Matthew out on that hot chocolate date. She's like, okay, I've got to be the fun girl now, I guess.
Boo. Don't be the fun girl. Don't ask him out for hot chocolate. Ask him out for something, like, more exciting.
This has been the ongoing thing, though. It's like
I
he's
know.
repeatedly asked her to hot chocolate, and she's been like, no, I can't possibly. So they talk about their lives, and she admits that she got pregnant in college and dropped out. And the dad of Zoe wanted to be a rock star, so she let him go. Who is this rock star dad? No idea. Is it important? Probably not.
Was it her bandmate?
I don't know.
Because that would be insane.
I had so many questions about this band. She was bandmate with two other guys. Where did they go? Like, was it her
One of
brothers?
them's the dad. It's the thing. This is kind of like Coco. The musician father goes up traveling, dies, and never comes back.
Yeah, I had no idea. This you wanted to know if you got more. That was the more. Good job.
Okay, great. Wow, this movie, light on details.
Why even bring it up, as you said? Like, what does it matter? She could just be a single parent and we could just not know what happened. It
We don't
wouldn't
need to.
matter.
We don't need it. Also, who knew Santa wanted to be a rock star, apparently?
Now we know.
In college, no less.
All right. So Matthew and her go on, a second date. They go on a ski lesson together because she doesn't really remember how to ski, even though she lives in a ski town, because she doesn't have fun, quote unquote.
Nope, no fun.
So they have a cute little ski lesson outside in the snow, and then he invites her to the party they're throwing at the hotel that weekend as his actual, date. These were just events, things
But
they
she
were
has
doing,
to be there
lessons.
as Santa. She's going to have to be in 2 places at once, Danielle. How will she do it?
Well, as far as we know, she doesn't have to be at the party as Santa, but maybe later.
I've seen movies before, Danielle. This is Mrs. Doubtfire with the dinner at the end of the movie where he has to be both at the business meeting and with his family. This is Mrs. Doubtfire with Santa in Santa makeup. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have thoughts about this one, though, because at least it makes sense in Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah. Just turn him down and say, hey, I'm busy Christmas night with my family.
Yeah. Well, right now she doesn't think she has to be there as Santa, so she doesn't fully agree, but thinks about it. Then they end up at the resort bar where he rocks out with the band. I guess he's like, I assume he must have some kind of musical background. Otherwise, why would he play so much guitar in this? Because he does multiple times.
Didn't he say at the beginning that he learned to play guitar because he was inspired by Screaming Kittens?
Yes, but I assume that's not a true life story.
But apparently it was.
And he's actually got some kind of actual music
Oh,
background.
you mean the actor?
Yeah, the actor.
I thought you were the character. Like, that makes sense. Okay, wait, that's a little
he
different
learned
thing.
because of Screaming Kittens.
Maybe the actor had to, hiring terrible fail son must play guitar.
So he's rocking out with the band, playing their holiday music, and then, unfortunately, he tries to get them to get her on stage to sing, and the whole crowd's, all excited that she's in the audience and is clapping, trying to get her on.
But they all
and
know her from Screaming Kittens?
Yeah, apparently it's a very famous local band.
That's like
Ex-local band.
20 years ago?
Yeah, I guess so, Sam.
No.
I don't know. They must have been really famous for, the 4 years they were together.
Sure, fine, whatever. Nonsense.
They only did one album, remember? I don't know. So anyway, she ends up having this anxiety attack and she runs out, and then he catches her outside and she tells him this was a past dream that she had. It's not her life anymore. And she's just really uncomfortable with it.
And he respects those boundaries and brings up again. Oh, wait.
Yeah, she sort of breaks up with him. She's like, I'm not ready for this. I don't know. She ties it all together for some reason. I feel like they're separate things, but what do I know?
Well, you're not her or pretending to be Santa Claus, which is a whole other thing.
Yeah. Back with Natasha, she finally pulls out Hugh's employee information form, which insanely has Mrs. Claus listed as an emergency contact.
What?
I actually paused it to look because I'm like, did that say Mrs. Claus?
So, genius Taylor decided to fill out her employment contract with a bunch of fake nonsense and still expects to get paid?
Yeah, so Mrs. Claus is an emergency contact, but more importantly, a social security number, which Natasha uses in some kind of, social security number database that she couldn't use before for some reason. And lo and
To do a
behold,
background
it
check?
pulls up Taylor's information. She used her own social security number.
She couldn't just use, one of her brothers and have them get the money for her and then she could, pick it up from them?
You'd think, Sam, literally any other option. And
Look,
Mrs. Claus as her emergency contact.
I support tax fraud, but if you're going to do this, do it right. And B, the Mrs. Claus thing, you're just asking for trouble then.
Yeah.
Give your brother. Who cares that they know your brother's name? What does that tell them about you? Why do you have to put Mrs. Claus?
So weird. Like you said, use your brother's social security number. Use his husband as an emergency contact. What are we doing?
Yeah. Who
This is
cares?
not hard.
Yeah. Man, we'd be
Use
great fake
yourself
Santas.
as the emergency contact.
Oh, that could get really sticky though. Something does go wrong.
It doesn't matter. Mrs. Claus shows that this is fake, and then you use your own social security number. It makes zero sense.
Taylor's so dumb. She's
So bad.
again, this ties back to her being a terrible Santa. We're who cares about what the kid, just agree with the kids. You're here for a paycheck and to get your kid lessons. You don't need to be I'm going to be the Santa that's going to give these kids a dose of reality. Who cares?
Yeah. You're
What is your
already doing
crusade?
a whole bunch of ethical things wrong. Just continue on the train.
It's not even ethical. Like, the least ethically wrong thing she could be doing is fulfilling the kid's wish or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
that's the part that she has objection to, not putting Mrs. Claus as her emergency contact.
I also felt like this whole plot, this was kind of the point where I was like, who cares that she's a woman playing this Santa Claus? She's clearly now that she's doing it right, she's clearly the best person for the job. Why would this be a big deal if it blew up? Other than it's an interesting story. I'm sure the press would run with it, but like, it's not going to ruin anything.
Well, apparently Santa's are super important in this town, and all the press is all over them. But
yeah, crazy.
But like, if she put her real contact information down there, and they found out she was a woman, maybe that's fine. If she did put her brothers down, though, that'd be like fraud, and that'd be a problem, though. So I'm not sure like which way would be better for her to go.
Well, she puts Mrs. Claus on emergency contact. You're
Right.
already being dumb. Like,
So
pick a lane.
if you put a real person as emergency contact in your real social security number, you'd be like, you didn't say you can't be dressed up like a man. You're like, well, you're doing a fine job, so whatever, right?
Yeah, it's just crazy.
That would have been interesting if they like confronted her and she's like, I never said I was a man. You assumed because I looked like this. That's your own problem. And I'm doing a great job, so what's the problem? That would have been cool. That would have been a really interesting twist. But now it's not going to be that because you put Mrs. Claus as the contact information.
Which isn't even brought up, by the way. That's irrelevant.
What? Wait. That was just something you saw? They don't talk about it in the movie?
I paused it because I was like, what is that?
Ooh, that's a prop person who needs to be spoken to.
It's a little Easter egg.
Crazy.
But also, like, who is taking this employee information form that is typed up, by the way? So it's not like she brought it in
Handwritten.
herself. I imagine that somebody typed it up on the worker
Who typed
end.
Mrs. Claus in
And
and
then
thought
they
that's
didn't
normal?
like, they didn't even question it. Oh,
Maybe she printed
gosh.
it off at home or something. I don't know.
Maybe. So back at home, Taylor pulls out her old guitar and she strums it longingly as she thinks about the dinner that she screwed up. And the next day, probably, as Santa passes the resort on her way to work, a teen girl calls out something catty, and Santa stops and looks over, noticing it's the mean girl from the snowboard
Oh,
camp.
he's going to run her over as Santa?
No, she's sitting alone. She's been kicked out of snowboarding camp because she said something mean to someone, I'm assuming Zoe. And she whines that she didn't even want to be there anyway. She was just stuck in that camp so her mother didn't have to deal with her on the weekends. But also, what? I thought it was like a super exclusive snowboarding program.
Nothing in this movie has any continuity of logic.
This really bothered me. This snowboarding program.
It doesn't make any sense that it'd be both exclusive. Well, I mean, if it was like a place for rich people to dump their bratty children as this exclusive event, like that kind of makes sense, like an exclusive boarding school type of thing. Sure.
Yep, but it's
then
not.
why would the 50% discount apply to the child of your employee?
It doesn't. It's implied that it's like, it's the best snowboarding school in the country. She says it's one of the best snowboarding schools in the country. So it's like a big deal. This is probably like a fast track to whatever career she's wanting to do as a snowboarder. So it's not just for rich kids, I would imagine. It's like for people who are actually good at snowboarding. You think they'd have some kind of like program she could qualify for funding sources too? I don't know.
Like a scholarship or something.
Yeah, like if it's really that kind of program, why would it just be for rich kids? It doesn't make any sense.
You make an excellent point, Danielle. This whole movie's a sham. Tear it down!
It really bothered me.
Legitimately. I mean, I'm bothered by other things more, but that's because I didn't watch the movie, so what do I know?
Anyway, Santa and this kid bond over their sucky lives, and Santa
Wait,
tells
she
her that
pulls over to like talk to this kid after she yells
just
something catty at
walking.
her. Oh, okay.
she's not like riding it. What do you think she was doing? Riding in a sleigh?
Because they said she drove by.
No, she walked by.
Oh, okay.
She's just like on the premises of the lodge.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I misunderstood.
So Santa basically tells her, like, I don't actually think you're a mean girl. I think you're just projecting your own pain onto others, essentially.
Thank you, psychological Santa.
Yeah. And they agree to make a Christmas pact to let go of their hurt and treat others better.
That's so easy to do. That's all it takes.
Yeah, and I cut this out of the scene, but you would appreciate it because you enjoyed the other thing earlier, is that every time the girl is like, wait, how do you know Zoe? How do you know me? She's like, Santa.
I'm Santa.
Santa. Like, she just keeps doing it over and over. Pretty funny, actually.
Very good. Very good. I also love how, like, oh, this solves all this child's problems with her absentee parents by just giving her one
It
cover to
does.
a Santa.
Yep, it
Yeah,
does.
that's how it works. Doesn't take, like, effort.
So in apology to Matthew, because I guess she feels like she needs to apologize. I don't know that she does. Taylor brings hot chocolate to his office, trying to make amends, and agrees to go with him to the Christmas party he had mentioned
So
before.
why does Taylor just keep showing up on these premises? Isn't that kind of suspicious?
Yeah, well, because she's like her kids there, so.
But you're like hanging out with your kids at this. You drop them off, you come back when they're done in the evening or whatever, right?
Yeah, well, she's specifically here. She's technically dating Matthew, so I guess she has other reasons to be on site.
Well, now I guess she does. Sure, okay.
So she agrees to go with him to the Christmas party. He's absolutely delighted. He's like, "Oh my god, I can't wait to introduce you to Hugh, our Santa." Know why she didn't. She's like, what? No, what? She didn't know she was supposed to go. And instead of just doing literally anything else from now into the party,
forgot. I'm with my brothers that night.
Or just calling him that day and being like, I'm so sick. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to make it in. Period cramps. I don't know. Whatever your little floats your little boat to get out of this. She like tells her brother, she's like, I can't. I made such a big deal out of accepting this date because, after we had broken up.
It's not that big a deal, dude.
I'm like,
fine.
He'd never accepted and like it would break us up. I'm like, if he's that much of a jerk because you call and tell him you're sick, then yeah, you shouldn't be with him anyway.
Or that you forgot about your like Christmas with your brothers, which takes precedence over Christmas with new guy you're dating. Then
yeah, literally anything. Anything you say anything. Like nonsense.
Insane. Bonkers.
So she goes to enlists her brother's help. They're going to come with her and figure where they're going to like do a whole plan.
Okay, good. I hope it works out.
So obviously they get to the party, shenanigans ensue as she presents as Taylor and then finds a million reasons to leave. And she's like, I'm not going to go through every scene, but she like changes into the Santa outfit and she has to do it.
Mrs. Doubtfire, right? I got you.
It's in the bathroom stall because they couldn't get a room to rent because it was completely booked. So like
just like Mrs. Doubtfire. This is Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah. So the brother-in-law's like standing outside of the door and the brother's in there helping her like in and out of her costumes. And Taylor makes a big splash at the party by suggesting they have events for children to give parents some downtime. And if kids are happy, parents are happy. And the rich people who run a hotel think that's complete nonsense. What a crazy idea.
To make the children happy?
Yeah, she's like, hey, you know what you should have on site is, they're talking about revamping stuff. She's like, you should have some stuff for kids, like events, like an escape room or crafts or something like that parents can go off and do their own thing and the kids can be watched for a little while, time apart. And then if the kids are happy, the parents will be happy. Like they're going to remember that this was a good time, a good place to be.
I got that, but what do the rich people find objectionable to this? The fact that kids can be happy?
They're absolute nonsense. They're like, why would we ever cater to children? That's so dumb. Why would we do that?
What?
Like
Why?
They completely
Is there
disregard.
some stereotype about rich people I don't understand that they hate children?
They apparently don't know how to run a hotel.
I'm so confused. They like money, right? Like, I mean, this is what I'm getting at, Dan. I don't understand, like,
it's insane. So the rich white guy's there, Natasha's there.
I got all that. I'm just
Matthew's there, and she's there. The four of them are talking, and maybe one or two other people.
My question is what I'm struggling with, and maybe I'm an idiot. Well, no, maybe, but the point is, I know like all the rich people be out of touch. Like, oh, maybe they wouldn't understand like the parents need time away from their kids or something. Or like
it's that.
Okay, I thought it was like.
But
why would
even
give
Natasha is like, no, that's she just like, what? We're gonna do pin the tail on the donkey? Why would we do that? Like,
I thought it was just like they said, why she care about kids being happy?
No, they were just laughing at the idea that they would have any kind of thing for children to do at their resort. Like, why would you want?
That still doesn't make any sense to me. That's like the whole point of resorts.
Yes, thank you. That's the point.
Like, you go on a Disney cruise or whatever, you go there to put your kids like, okay, you go with Goofy or whatever, I'm going to go get a margarita. Like, what would you do?
Why would you not? I can't believe they don't already have things for children to do at this resort. Like, what is happening at this resort?
Okay. This is why I'm so confused, because like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it didn't make sense to me either. I actually gave the screen a very weird look. I was like, why are they dismissing this idea? It's a great idea. They should already be doing this. That's what I mean, Sam. The thing was so stupid that even you were confused as to why they would be like that.
I couldn't fathom why anyone would be dismissing this idea for any, like, from a money perspective, it makes sense. From a parent perspective, it makes sense. Like, even detached or, like, out of touch rich people should understand this.
It's just shocking to me that this apparently very fancy ski resort that's well known and fully packed during the holidays doesn't already have kid events or babysitters or whatever.
They should hire Taylor to do that, man.
Yeah.
Is that the end of the movie? Is she hired to be like the child event coordinator of this resort?
Yes, that's what happened, Sam.
They should.
Anyway, So she runs off again. She's like, oh no, my contact. And she like runs into the bathroom. She changes back into the Santa costume and comes out and he's interacting with the kids. Everybody's so excited. And there's like, this is where I decided there was like a 50% chance that based on some very specific looks that Matthew was giving Hugh that he might be in love with Santa as well. He was definitely having some feelings for Santa.
That would be way more interesting. Yeah. This movie is disappointing because it had so many really interesting things you could have done with like, oh, Santa doesn't need to be played by a man, or maybe sexuality is more fluid than I thought it was, kind of thing. But it doesn't go anywhere with those.
No, of course it doesn't.
And sure, Danielle, be a better movie for it.
I agree. I'm all for I'm
exploring Santa's sexuality. Yes.
Yeah. Even though it's a much older man and he's a much younger man.
So, unfortunately, this movie does not live up to my lofty expectations of
Netflix
the way it could have
Christmas
gone.
Movies.
Yeah, like I just want the best for everything.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, it doesn't run with that as much as I would like. There is some stuff later.
You and me both.
So all's going pretty well, all things considered. She's in and out a lot. I presume they think that she's like pooping a lot because she just disappears for like long periods of time in the bathroom.
Yeah, diarrhea is a real common thing for Santa.
All goes well enough until Santa comes in for his last hurrah. He's gathering all the children around.
Forgot to put his beard on or something.
No, to do presents. No, but I have questions about the mask later.
Oh, okay.
And Natasha decides to... So she's like, got all the kids around. He's like, okay, kids, gather near. He's doing the lap sitting thing, giving presents. Like, it's a whole event. Everybody's standing around, clapping and doing their thing. And Natasha decides to commit career suicide after Matthew asks if anyone knows where Taylor is. As she decides to publicly announce, while children are opening their presents, that Santa is a fraud and is working with Taylor to ruin her career/Christmas.
What?
What?
This is not the time, nor the place.
Natasha, at this party with your boss, everybody, every rich person that's at this hotel, children next to Santa,
To be fair, maybe Natasha's like, I'm going to burn this place to the ground. I am done with them. They have been jerking me around. They, got the fail son to get nepo babied up into the position I should have. So I don't care anymore. I'm going to go out. I'm going to take this whole place down with me. So maybe this is like
that would be interesting. She's not. She just wants his job, man.
Really, she still wants the job.
She wants the job.
This movie has all the opportunity to make sense, but chooses not to make sense.
As far as I can tell, she plans to stick around. She's like offended that people aren't, agreeing with her decision to call out Santa while the children are Santa. She's like, who are you really? And I was like, not the time. These poor children.
Okay, wow. My whole thing is wrong then. I thought if she still wants the job, you're absolutely right. This is crazy.
Yeah. So Hugh stands up and is all like, what do I do? What do I say? Should I admit to anything? And then just as he's about to say something, the assistant runs into the room and is like, is Taylor Jacobson here? Her daughter was hurt on the ski slopes. And Santa's like, oh no, and rushes off calling for her daughter, Zoe.
Come on, movie, come on.
So, spoiler, her daughter's going to be fine, but bummer. Now the entire resort knows she's Taylor. It's definitely going viral because everybody's recording it on their phone.
But also, who cares?
Yeah, I get into that later. And we also find out that the mean girl's mother is Natasha.
Wait, what?
Mean girl's mother is Natasha.
I got that, but what? I understood what you said. I don't understand why you said it. Why is the thing you had to say about this movie? That makes no sense.
I guess Natasha's the bad mother who puts her in there for the weekends and doesn't want to be around her.
Why does this movie want to completely character assassinate Natasha, who was the only person who seemed at all reasonable at the beginning of this movie?
Until now.
Yeah. Wild left turn.
Yeah. We also find out that the mean girl was the sole witness to the injury, which I think is supposed to sound less suspicious than it does to me. She's like, I called 911, and Natasha's like, good job, honey, you did the right thing. And I was like, I don't know.
I only pushed her down a little bit.
Yeah, apparently she landed on her head or something, trying to do a trick. So Zoe's all confused, possibly because she has a major concussion, but Taylor's standing next to her in the
why
Santa
are you
costume.
Santa, Mom?
Yeah, and she's like, it's okay, honey, you're gonna be okay. And she's like, what is happening? As Taylor pulls off her full mask.
No! Traumatizing her child!
Well, that and you've watched a lot of makeup artist shows, right? I've seen some.
Oh yeah, I remember, what was it called?
I don't remember what it's called. Yes, I know
It
what
was
you're
so
talking
good.
about.
Face Off? Was it Face
Yes,
Off?
Face Off.
Okay.
And
yeah.
like, I have never seen a full, other than outside of Mission Impossible, as you said, I have never seen a full face mask that like sits that nicely against someone's face and full beard and everything that you can just whip off. Like, clearly this is glued to this woman's face, as it should be, but she just
no way
pulls
that
it
is
off
like
in the scene. There's
that
no
is
glue.
like 7 hours in a makeup chair type of thing.
There's no way. Shenanigans.
Absolutely.
So Matthew is clearly empathetic. He gives her a very like, it's okay, we'll figure it out. He seems to be taking it well.
He's like, oh, thankfully I'm not attracted to Santa. I was really in a deep hole there.
The look that he gives him, like, it's a pretty well acted look, but it's very like empathetic, but also I felt like, oh, thank God, like, that was why Santa was so familiar. I was having some feelings and I was a little concerned about it, and now it all makes sense.
Okay, fine.
So instead of embracing this huge viral sensation of a famous ex-rock star becoming their local Santa, which I feel
also amazing
story, you could easily run with this as the hotel. You could have flipped it, as you said, and been like, yeah, women can be Santas, like, you know, totally flipped it on the script to be like a feminist thing.
The fact that no one could tell and they all loved her is proof that anyone can be Santa.
Yeah, they should have run with that. If they had a good PR team, that's what they would have done.
100%.
They instead tried to just ignore it. Now they don't have a Santa. But Matthew
crazy decision.
But Matthew takes the blame in front of his dad for not having a background check, etc. done, even though Natasha repeatedly like screwed him over and was the person who was like, we don't need a background check. We have 3 hours.
Yeah, I mean, Natasha has, of all the people in this movie, she is the one who, in my opinion, has changed the most dramatically.
Yeah. And he kind of like fires his son and then puts Natasha. He's like, you're fixing all of this. And I was like, this is a great time to be like, not unless you make me GM. Like,
yeah, no kidding.
No, she doesn't do that.
Natasha, man, if you're going to be conniving, do it all the way.
Yeah, crazy. So Natasha goes out to find her daughter. She's like outside on the slopes, and her daughter tries to convince her that Zoe's mom is actually really great. She's a real mom, quote unquote. She sat down, and even though she was, you know, obviously she's Santa, she's like, Mom, Natasha's like, well, she's a fraud. And she's like, no, she's a real mom. She sat down with me, and we had like real mom talk, and she helped me with some stuff, and I really miss my own mom. I want you to be present too, just like Zoe's mom is. And so they have a big hug it out session or whatever.
Okay, well, that's all it takes. Yell at your mother and everything's cool.
Yeah, the end.
Great. Okay, that's your lesson, children. Yell at your parents and they'll be better people.
They just have a sit-down chat. They don't yell.
Okay, well, I imagine them yelling on the slopes and causing an avalanche.
Back at the apartment, Zoe seems to just have a broken arm, I guess.
Sure. If Leonard had broke her arm, that makes sense.
Matthew has not reached out in the intervening days, and she assumes she'll only hear from him if he's taking her to court.
Dude sucks.
And I'm going to guess, considering, like you said, she used her own social security number, and I bet the thing did not say that you had to be a male, she's probably fine, even if they went to court.
She was too good of a Santa. She fooled us. Oh, okay.
And their own employee was the one that tried to unmask her, so.
Yeah.
Dorothy knocks on her door and apologizes for being real weird about her dad, but then tries to blame her for how super
hot he is?
Yeah, like how she basically lied to them.
Wait, now she knows she was Santa and that was his dad. Oh, I got it.
Yeah, the word spread. But Dorothy, I feel like that's on you. You were the one who was very pushy about dad being single.
You didn't even know if he was single or not.
Yeah, apparently. Back at the resort, Natasha and Matthew have a heart-to-heart, agree to be nice to each other from here on out. Natasha suggests Matthew speak at the event that night, even though he was fired. So I don't know how that's going to work, but here we are.
Sure.
Again, since they have no PR team or advertising team, I guess, they didn't hire somebody when this whole scandal broke. They don't have Taylor back as Santa. They, in fact, have no Santa at all, which I feel like is a stupid move because it could literally bring thousands of people to the resort. Like, people want to see the Santa.
Right. They would be speeding down the door to see the famous rock star turned Santa.
Yeah. No, she's not there.
Do these people, like, I know they're already rich, but do they hate money?
Yeah, they also hate resorts. I can't believe he runs multiple resorts. Who's running these resorts? Like,
I'm telling you, he inherited them. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's a fail son upon fail son.
Amazing.
Generations of fail sons.
So Matthew steps up on stage and he decides he's going to give this like speech, and it's very inspiring about how, yes, they don't have a Santa, but Santa's really just an ideal. It's kindness and generosity, etc., etc. So on the plot of the movie. And for reasons, Taylor shows up at the event at the last possible minute. She's standing in the back listening to him, do a really passionate speech.
Why would she bother showing up?
I have no idea. But instead of just like waiting till it's over and then talking to Matthew as he steps off stage or something, she decides to interrupt the public announcement with a personal apology to Matthew on stage. She walks
Not
on
the
stage.
time. Not the place.
She's like, I'm so sorry. I should have told you, blah, blah, blah. And admits that she fell for him, literally on stage, like in front of the whole audience.
I'd be like, lady, you've just proven to me that it was a mistake to get involved with you.
And one of the random hecklers, like when she tries to walk off stage, is like, don't leave, come back. Which is kind of funny.
One of the Santa adults.
Yeah. Matthew tells her that he misses Hugh, his puffy cheeks and beard and his scent.
What?
He goes, it was a little
Maybe
weird.
this is like a new fetish that this guy is unlocked within himself.
Yeah,
like,
did you keep the
I like
costume?
women dressed up as Santa. This is hot for me.
He's like, it was a little weird to look at Santa's eyes. Sometimes felt a little confusing. And oh my God, he was in love with Santa. He was in love with Santa, Sam.
He was. Absolutely he was. Again, nothing wrong with that. Just, process it. It's fine.
Love that so much for him. I wish they had taken that further.
Disappointing that they didn't have more time to spend on the love triangle between him, Santa, and Taylor.
He's like, but if you hadn't done all of that, I never would have gotten to know the person underneath the beard. Then they kiss and everyone cheers. And then the band that's on stage waiting to play suggests she sing a song. And this time she goes for it.
No. Boo.
And Matthew, I don't know, I guess I have an extra guitar because Matthew gets a guitar. And
Sure, why not?
she sings a rousing, and so I think she has her guitar too. They both have guitars.
Everyone's got guitars, Danielle.
She sings a rousing rendition of Run, Run, Rudolph with Matthew, which they both know how to sing and play on guitar, which amazing considering she hasn't sang in like 20 years.
I don't think I could tell you the lyrics to that song outside of Run, Run, Rudolph. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's about it.
For the movie or for the lyrics?
That's the lyrics.
Okay, yeah, great, perfect.
And then the rich white guy is in the audience, and he up to this point was very upset about everything that was happening. But now that Matthew's playing on stage, he's like, "That's my son!" Like he's suddenly embracing the whole debacle.
So he's
the
going to
crowd
be
rocks out.
GM again pushing Natasha out until she burns the place down next year.
Maybe we'll find out. Cut to Taylor's apartment where the brothers, Matthew's rich dad, Zoe, and Taylor all sit around toasting and opening presents. And Matthew
In her
does a
tiny
toast
apartment, and they're like,
in her tiny
"Oh,
apartment.
this is a quaint little place." No.
I was like, has Matthew's dad ever been in an apartment in his life?
How droll! You only have one bathroom you have to share? Well, I've never heard of such a thing.
Wild.
Crazy
Matthew
movie.
ends up doing a toast in the mall. He includes Natasha in the toast. She's not in the room. He's just like...
What? Is it there? Okay, sure.
He's like, I'd like to toast Natasha, our new GM in London. Which
Finally. Wait. They made her GM, but said, you have to leave the country. We'll let you be GM here.
Well, at one point they do mention briefly, I think, that her kid's father lives in London. They divorced recently, so I guess she's going back there. And Taylor's new position as the executive director of family events at the resort.
Called it.
Cheers.
Why is she Santa? And Santa.
Rich guy does a toast to Matthew for proving all the doubters, including himself, wrong and looking...
No, prove nothing wrong.
And then looking kind of far away, Taylor looks off in the distance, and then she leaves the apartment and she heads over to Doralee apartment and
she sees
knocks
Santa
on her door.
out there. I'm going to be so ticked off.
No. And she invites Doralee over to come in and,
Oh
celebrate
God, no,
Christmas
she's going to
with
hook
them.
up with the rich daddy.
She 100% is standing under mistletoe with Matthew's dad and is like, hey, how you doing?
No. You're going to have Doralee as your mother-in-law?
And Matthew and Taylor kiss as they overlook the party and the credits roll at the end.
Insane. Crazy movie. I mean, the part that made the most sense to me was the Mrs. Doubtfire Santa stuff, which is saying something.
Yeah.
The characters made the least sense to me, frankly.
All of them, and yet so charming.
I mean, I'll have to take your word for it. They probably are more charming on screen than they are in just telling you about them.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, you've got to really get, they're conversational. It's just it's very funny. And there's a lot of throwaway lines that are
good
comedic.
patter.
Yeah, it's excellent.
I gotta say, I didn't know I needed Mrs. Doubtfire but Santa, but I do.
You do, right?
Who knew?
You're welcome.
Thank you. I've learned so much from you this year.
Yeah, it was between that and another movie, which I also think you will enjoy, but it was hard to beat this.
Maybe we'll have a summer bazaar and we'll do a winter bazaar in summer.
Like a holidays in July kind of thing.
Yeah. Why not? Right. Who's going to stop us? Santa?
Nobody. Us, Sam.
Yes, right.
We are in charge.
We're in charge here. What a crazy movie. It sounds like fun, but boy, do those characters sound like the most frustrating things in the world.
Welcome to My Secret Santa 2025. Which I think could have just been called Secret Santa. I don't know why it needed to be called My Secret Santa. Maybe there was already a movie called Secret Santa.
That was what threw me off at the beginning there. When he said My Secret Santa, I'm like, oh, they're going to kidnap Santa and tie him up in the basement. But no.
Which would be a great plot and probably exists.
I'm sure. Isn't that like Violent Night?
I mean, it's the plot of Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's true. Yeah, okay, you got it. Well, apparently it's been done a lot, Danielle, so maybe it's something new. Oh, well, if you out there want to write in and tell us why you'd be an excellent Santa, you can do so at
Apparently the bar is low.
Yeah. And again, Taylor was not a good Santa at the beginning. She had a lot to learn about not being a total curmudgeon.
That threw me off so hard. Like, that
that makes no sense.
I feel like that was not part of her character development up to that point. And when she started being, I was like, what is happening right now?
Like, I get it if she was like, I don't want to say being miserly, but being like, oh, frugal. Like, hey, I know your parents because I know them from around town. I know they're not very rich. So maybe they'll say, oh, they're getting you this thing, which I know is cheaper or whatever. Sure. But she's just being a jerk.
Yeah, it was a wild take on her character. I think they were trying to like suggest that with the quality control stuff at the beginning. She obviously was a little type A, like you kind of got that from the beginning, but not to the point where she would be like mean to children.
That's the part where it goes off the rail for me. Anyway, like I said, if you want to write in and tell us why you'd be a better Santa than any of us, you can do so at bookretorts.com.
You can also blue sky us at Book Retorts.
And if you want to help fund our makeup studio that'll turn anyone, and we mean anyone, into Santa, you can do so at patreon.com/bookretorts.
Yes, that's the skill we have.
You know our mall guard dogs?
We never said you'd look good as a Santa.
What if the mall guard dogs were Santas, Danielle?
I mean, you could just put little beards and hats on them.
That's what I'm saying! How great would that be? Amazing idea. Oh, Santa Shrike.
That would be sharp.
Get on my lap, child. No!
I guess Santa doesn't need to bring presents if they're all dead. Aww.
Your present this year is pain.
Trees of pain.
Deck the tree of pain with children. No. I apologize.
We're sorry,
for that.
everybody.
Yeah.
I apologize for Sam.
No, okay, thank you. I appreciate someone taking responsibility for me.
Somebody has to.
Well, certainly this qualifies as bizarre. So until next time, be careful whose lap you put your child on.
No, ew.
Look, I'm just saying, do a background check.
No strikes.
All right, until next time, bye.
Take care, everyone. Like 90% of our friendship is just complaining at each other about the thing the other person said.
Yeah, and then being like, you know what? I never thought of it that way. Maybe you're right. This is how we grow as become better people, Danielle. You're welcome.
Sure. I'm sure you've made me a better person. Probably.
You're getting really equivocal there, Danielle.
I don't want to be too nice. It goes to your head.
Oh, yeah. I'm the one who have to be worried about going to my head. The person who always says, good one, Danielle. Good job, Danielle.
Everybody should self-congratulate, okay? It's a healthy self-esteem thing to do. Listeners, if you don't, you should.
Why are you doing this? Is the intro. Who is I going to put this up there?
In case you put it in there.
You know me too
this
well.
This feels like something that's going to go into the open or close.
Man, now my hands are tied.